ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ 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 ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ
हर हर कथा करो हर हर नाम मोहित है कल जुग केवट गुर शब्द तरो क्या हो कथी कथे कथे खा मैं अकथ न कथ न जाई जो तुद भावै सोई आखा तिल तेरी वडियाई तिल तेरी वडियाई हम अवगुण भरे एक गुण नाही अमृत छाड़ बिखे बिख खाही माया मोह परम पै भूले सो तारा स्यो प्रीत लगाई एक उत्तम पंथ सुनियो गुर संगत त्रह मिलंत जम त्रास मिटाई एक अरदास पाठ कीरत की गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई गुरु रामदास राखो सरनाई सासंग जी राल राल के फतेह बुलानी जी वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। As Gyanji was saying, this is just an effort by ordinary people to do katha in English. Asi koi gyani ya sant ya padhe hoye likhe nahi hai. We're just trying and to explain Guru's Bani for the average youth. Although to be honest, कई बुजुर्ग भी आके कहते हैं कि they like learning it in English. So maybe because we live here, it's just the language that we're used to. In this effort of Japji Sahib, everything is on YouTube, as they said. And if you want leaflets for the channel with some more information about what we do, it's at the front as well, so I'll put them here. So last week we were doing body number 23, in which Guru Sahib talks about Ki Salahi Salahi, that we should praise this Waheguru, the one who's worthy of praise, we should praise. At the end of it, Maharaj says, Ki Kiri to na hovni, jetis manona visre. So they talk about not forgetting Waheguru for even 1 second. Now, Japji Sahib is mostly a conversation between the Siddhs and Guru Nanak Dev Ji. So at this point, Maharaj goes into the 24th body, and the Siddhs basically ask, they said, you talked about the world is infinite, the world cannot be counted. You said to us that even by praising Waheguru, we cannot reach the end of Waheguru. But that we should never forget Waheguru. That's the key thing, we should never forget. Then, they said, please explain to us about Waheguru. Please explain to us the infinity of Waheguru, Kinna Vadaya, and also explain to us those people who praise Waheguru. So that's the Bhagats and the object of praise, Waheguru. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji starts off, and Maharaj says, in this body, Maharaj says, Ant na sipti kehen na ant, ant na karne den na ant, ant na vekhan sunan na ant, ant na jape kya man mant, ant na jape kita aakar, ant na jape paravar, अंत कारण के ते बिल्लाहे ताके अंत ना पाए जाहे एहो अंत ना जाने कोई बहुता कही है बहुता हुए वड्डा साहिब ऊंचा थाओ ऊंचे ऊपर ऊंचा नाव एवड ऊंचा होवे कोई तिस ऊंचे को जाने सोए जेवड आप जाने आप नानक नदरी करमी दात जेवड आप जाने आप नानक नदरी करमी दात अंत न सिद्धि कहन ना अंत. So in this body, Maharaj starts talking about ant. Ant means the end, the limit. Is there a limit to Waheguru? Or is there an end to anything? So where we have limits, we can count those limits. When we don't have a limit, we say be ant, without ant. So Be'ant, we talked about previously, same as Asank. But this time Maharaj goes into the simple idea of Be'ant, infinity. Maharaj says, Antana Sifti. Sifti means praise. It's a Persian word, Sifat Salah. They say, Maharaj, there is no limit to praising Waheguru, and there is no limit to that Waheguru who is worthy of praise. Sifti, the meaning of Sifti can be the one who is worthy of Sifat. So Antana Sifti, Kahanna Ant. And it can also mean there's no limit to the different ways that we can praise Waheguru. Somebody is about to get hit by a car, they get missed, they say Waheguru, or they say God thank you, but they don't say anything. Inside their heart there's a deep powerful emotion of thankfulness. There's no word, but there's a feeling. That's praise. Somebody else who sees their child and they praise God for that child. You see, there's no way of saying these are the only ways to praise Waheguru. There's so many ways of praising Waheguru, and that Waheguru is so great, which is why there's so many ways of praising that Waheguru. If there was only so many, Waheguru was only so big, then you could find the end of that praise. Then Maharaj says, Antana Sifti Kahanna Ant. Kahanna Ant, Kahan means to speak. So, there's no limit to the people who speak this praise. The people that are speaking this praise, there's no limit to them. And also, this praise itself, like we said, Antana Sifti, can also mean there's no end to the praise itself. Because there's different meanings of the word, same word. So the ways of praising Waheguru, there's no end to it. And also the people. Now, sometimes we think only the good Sikhs are the ones that are destined to go to heaven. Some people say, well, if you want Amritari, you're not going to get into heaven. And Maharaj is saying, Antana Sifti Kahanna Ant. There's no, what about on other planets? There's only one God, and we know that. Wherever they are, there's only one God. Kabir Ji, he says that I've become you, Waheguru. I've become you, tu karta tu hua. I've become you. Bhagat Namdev Ji says, ki tohi mohi mohi tohi antar kaisa. There's no difference, I am you. The Bhagats are obviously in that Sachkhand. In this body we're going to talk about Sachkhand as well a little bit. Guru Nanak Dev Ji is obviously the avatar of Kaljug. But at the same time, everybody everywhere is praising Waheguru. And as we say, Jo Jo Jape, Tiski Gat Hoye. The name is so powerful, anybody who says it can get saved. So don't get into this exclusiveness over God. We have no exclusivity over God. We are simply trying to worship God as well. So Maharaj says, Antna Karne, Den Na Ant. Now Karne here can refer to actions and the doings of Waheguru. And there's no limit to the doings of Waheguru, nor of the people who serve Waheguru. Of those saints, there's no limit to what they do. I.e. the creation. We can't count creation, and nor can we count what Waheguru Ji does. Den na Ant. Den here means from gift, like we say Dede. Den har. Waheguru is Den har. So this one we say, there is no end to the gifts of Waheguru. And also, there's no end to those people who Waheguru made, who also give. We're supposed to be Dani as well. Maharaj says that the Guru Sikh's hand is never like this, it's always like that. It's giving. So there's no limit to the amount of people that give. And there's also no limit to Waheguru Ji who keeps on giving. As it says, Datta Datta Ek Hai. Sabko Devan Har. He gives to everybody. And De De Tot Na Ave. The gifts of Waheguru never stop. De De Tot Na Ave a Ganat Pare Pandar. The Waheguru store, Pandar, is completely infinite. Aganat. You can't count the ends of Waheguru. So it's not like one day Waheguru is going to run out of things to give us. Yeah? We always give. So, a way to understand these two panktiyan would be to say that we don't know how God works. We don't know, like you say, God works in mysterious ways, for example. And Guruji can speak to us in many ways. Somebody can praise Waheguru in one way, somebody can praise Waheguru in another way. And next Maharaj says, ki Antana Vekhan Sunana Ant. So here Maharaj is saying there's no Vekhan means to listen, to see. Antana Vekhan. There's many ways of seeing Waheguru. Now, if you imagine, there's also Maharaj says obviously about Waheguru. On the other side, about the people, there's many enlightened beings who can see Waheguru. We think, well, how can you see Waheguru? Yeah? And another side, Maharaj says, to the eyes. Maharaj says, E netro meryo, har tum mein jyot tari, har bin avarna dekho koi. An example of this, Antana Vekan's Sunna Ant, is look at Bhai Kanhaiya. Bhai Kanhaiya ji, what did they do? Wherever they were serving, they saw only Guruji. They only saw Waheguruji's en route. They saw God in everybody. There's some, obviously, now we've got Benjis here from the Trijo community. Yogi Bhajan said an amazing thing. He said, if you can't see God in all, you can't see God at all. Bhai Kanhaiya ji is a living example of that. They saw God in everybody and they served everybody. So Antana Vekan, there's no limit to the amount of beings and the places that you can see Waheguru. And then Sunana Ant, there's no end to listening of Waheguru. For example, when I got into Sikhi, it wasn't through Sikhi. It was from a book called Conversations with God, written by Agora. Beautiful book. And he was talking to God. And this 3-part series, I was at university, I was a Monna, I was into all the wrong things. And this book changed my life. The problem is, that book didn't teach me how. It taught me the theory, roughly, but I didn't know how can I progress spiritually. For that I needed a guru. And that's where Guru Granth Sahib Ji, within 2 months, came into my life. Yeah? But the thing is you don't know when God's going to speak to you. Antana Vekan, Sunana Ant. So, somebody could be listening to a song on the radio, and it could be the message from God that they needed to hear. Somebody could open any book that they start reading, and the first thing they hear is something which is meant to change their life. There's no limit to how Waheguruji tries to speak to us. There's no limit to how many times God is going to send us the same message, that this life is not about what you see. Don't get lost in this Maya Jal, this Janjal, this trap of Maya. Don't get trapped in it. Just like we talked last week. Don't be like the people that are in Maya, who flow into the ocean of this Maya, and don't know how to get out. Be like the people who are merging into God, and they merge into God. Another story about how Guruji wants us to see Waheguru in everybody. Guru Gobind Singh Ji once tested the Sikhs. Maharaj always tested the Sikhs anyway. And in this one time, Guru Gobind Singh Ji went to test the Sikhs in Anandpur Sahib about their langar. You know, we're supposed to feed langar to everybody, regardless of what colour, what caste, what creed they are. A lot of people don't get that sometimes. They start thinking, well, we should see langar to the Sikhs. You know? But actually, anybody's welcome into langar. And Guru Gobind Singh tested his Sikhs. He said that langar should be available in every Sikh's house. Kar kar dharamsal. That's the hukum from Guru Nanak Dev Ji. Every house should be like a Gurdwara. Langar always open, available to anybody. And Guru Gobind Singh Ji went round to all the Sikhs' houses early morning, before they'd made their breakfast. And they came, they were disguised, and they said, I'm hungry, can you feed me? And all of them said, can you come back later? Food isn't ready yet. Come back in 2 hours, I'll make you food. And when they went to the house of Bhai Nand Lal Ji said, Aajo baitho. And they put all the uncooked food in front of them. They put the dal, which was soaking overnight. They put the atta, which hadn't been gunya atta, but it wasn't into roti. They just said, here, this is what I have right now. If you wait, I'll cook it for you. But you're welcome to have this as it is. And Bhai Nand Lal was recognized as the person who just gave. He wasn't concerned that the stuff that they had wasn't good, worthy. Like we come to Gurdwara, we matha take, and we think, does Guruji care about that I've got money or not? Godi. Guru says, if you just put a penny in front of me, if it's from your heart, I'll accept it. But the people, sometimes in our panth, we chase those rich guys. Yeah? We think they're going to solve all the problems. But actually it's armed sangat that should be involved in every project. It shouldn't just be the rich people, because it's the armed sangat whose money carries with it that love and that shraddha. In fact, it's almost dangerous being rich, isn't it? Jesus Christ once said that it's harder to get into heaven, for a rich man to get into heaven, than for a camel to go through the eye of a needle. Now, not many camels can pass through the eye of a needle. Yeah? So it's almost impossible. That's what they're saying. So, in one way, Maharaj is saying that obviously we try to be rich as Sikhs, we try to be wealthy, but actually we should be giving our daswan no matter how where we are, even if we're poor or rich, because that's Guru's daswan. So then Maharaj says ki ant na jape kya man mant. This line is very important because even this week I got asked this question. Jape means to find out, to know. If you japna means to understand something, when you finally realize and you see it. And man can mean your mind, or it can mean Shromani in that Vaheguru, who is a Shromani one. So antana jape kya meaning what? Man mant. Now mant here means basically reasons behind, or the motives for doing something. So what this is referring to is that if, for example, God had a mind, yeah, obviously God is conscious, He's a being. Now, we don't know the reasons, Maharaj is saying, you never know the reasons why Vaheguru does something. We can never find the limit to the reasons that Vaheguru is doing all this stuff. The motives of Vaheguru. Antana jape kya man man. Why did Vaheguru do something? So, Guru Nanak Dev Ji at the beginning of Japji Sahib tells us, he says, Maharaj says ki hukam rajai chalna, nanak likhya naam. The way for us as Sikhs is to live in the hukum, is to accept what's coming our way. Because in one way, we'll never know why something was done to us. But this week, somebody asked, people ask questions online from our Facebook group. And this Bhai Sahib, he said, look, I found myself into Sikhi and I didn't know why this world, he goes, I don't understand some things, why they happen. Maharaj says in Guru Gobind Singh says, Ki hamri karo hate racha. That means, why Guruji protect me? But some people say, can God actually protect me? Can God intervene in the world? Or is the world just run as the world is set up? Is there any point of me doing ardas? So this is a very deep question. Can God intervene in the world or not? And actually, I thought about this, I said, I don't want to give you an answer straight off. My go away thing. And I was doing some part, and the thing that came out, especially because we're doing this katha, Antna jape kya man man, we will never know the reasons behind Vaheguru doing something, and we can never know the limits of what Vaheguruji can do and won't do. So actually, Guru Sahib is saying that don't be foolish and try to say God lets the world run, doesn't intervene, or say that God can intervene and God could have stopped it but He chose not to. Well, it says don't decide what God can do. Don't decide what God can do. Think about yourself. What can you do? How are you going to affect yourself? So I said to him, okay. I said, look at it this way. Firstly, we said now, Dain na ant. That there's no limits to what Guruji is giving. So, actually, Guruji is telling us, yes, God can definitely intervene if we do ardas. One way of looking at this is when we get into Sikhi, actually we realize there's no one else to ask. Who should I ask apart from my guru? If Dada Data Ek hai, Sabko Devanhad, if you're going to do ardas, why would you do ardas to anybody but to Vaheguru? If anything you want, actually we should be asking Vaheguru for it. But Vaheguruji can also step in and do things without us even asking. It says in Gurbani that bin mange, without even asking for it, Vaheguruji set it up for us. Like Bhagat Tanna says, Ki Gopal Tera Arta, Jo Jan Tumri Bhagat Karante, Tinke Kaj Savarta. That who does your bhakti, you sort their works out for them. Without even asking, Maharaj gives. But, so God can intervene, we understand that. But also, as we get into Sikhi, we start realizing the depth of Karta Purkh. How deep is Karta Purkh? Karta Purkh is doing everything. There's not one thing that Vaheguruji is not doing. The deepest level, everything is from Vaheguru. So then the good Sikh who starts to get into Sikhi, starts to understand, actually, the question was wrong. Whether God can intervene or not. The question was wrong because it assumed that God is outside of the world. God is not outside the world. Maharaj tells us God is here, right here, in this world. Everything is from Vaheguru. So actually, what can happen outside of God? So obviously He must be doing everything. So then the person starts thinking, but hold on, then means God is doing all the bad stuff. You know? Because, you know, like in other religions, like especially in the Semitic religions, they say God can't do bad. You know? So therefore, they've got the devil. Because God couldn't do any bad, they have to invent somebody who was going to do the bad stuff. So shaitan aa gaya. Now, we don't have a devil in Sikhi. So we say, Mare Rakhe Eko Ab. मानस के किच nahi हाथ. So God is killing us and God is saving us. Very deep thing to take in. Because actually, that hukamnama mare rakhe eko aap. You know that hukamnama I got when I did Ardas ki Maharaj Paira Jawana ji is in jail. What's going to happen next? And Guru said, Mare rakhe eko aap, manas ke kish nahi hath. Why do we worry? Ohi hega ek maran wala, ohi hega rakhne wala. It's in his hands. Here we say, he actually, the Gursikh, when he gets into Sikhi, he starts thinking the system is not separate from God. Everything is God. Sab Gobind hai, sab Gobind hai. But then this person starts thinking, actually, I shouldn't ask for anything. I kuch manga hi na. Ki fayda hai? I should accept the hukum. If everything is from God, I shouldn't ask for anything. But what should I ask for? So I was thinking, actually, I should ask for Naam. The only thing that's going to get me out of this Maya Jal is that Naam. The Guru Sikh starts asking for things, beginning, because he realizes God is the only one who's doing some everything. Later on, the Guru Sikh starts thinking, forget asking for anything, ask for Naam. Because whatever God's going to do, is going to do it anyway. But what do I want? Mangana, Manganika, Harjas, Gurte, Mangana. I ask my Guruji to give me Naam, to give me Harjas. Let me sing his praises. Like he said, Antna Sipti Kehna. So actually, the good stuff and the bad stuff can be interpreted the wrong way. The good stuff in life, money, wealth, family, joy, you can forget God. The bad stuff can actually bring you closer to God. You start leaning towards God. So then Maharaj says ki dukh daru, sukh rog paya. Sukh is the disease, happiness is the disease, but dukh is my medicine. Why? Because when I have dukh, I turn to God. Now, actually, when we look at ourselves, we think we shouldn't in life want dukh. We want sukh. But actually Maharaj is telling you sometimes sukh is bad for you. So the deepest level of this is the guy who goes into Sikhi or the girl, obviously, Sikhi being totally equal, sorry. They start thinking, forget asking for dukh or sukh, I want to transcend. Mera dukh sukh tab sab tujhi paas. I give everything to you, Waheguru. All I want from you is one thing, let me praise you, let me become one with you. Because actually, we can start to get confused about good and bad. So we're going to transcend it. So, this is the kind of half-headed answer that I came up with. Actually, this question is wrong. The question is wrong because it assumes that Waheguruji isn't actually doing everything. It's a very Western concept. Sikhi is all about God is doing everything. And if a guy gets into Sikhi or a girl gets into Sikhi, if bad stuff happens to them, society starts thinking, leh. This is the funny thing about society. If you can become a Gursikh and bad stuff happens to you, what's the point of becoming a Gursikh? That's the Mari Soj. But actually, think about it this way. When you become into Sikhi, or you become in towards God, God gives you the strength to cope with what life throws at you. So actually, the person who can cope with all the bad stuff and still come out smiling, still come out chardikala, they set an example to society. That actually we can do this. And look at our Panth. Look at the Shaheeds we have in our Panth. Look at the Gurus themselves. Guru Arjan Dev Ji, Shaheed. Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji, Shaheed. Char Sahib Zade, Shaheed. Guru Harkishan Sahib Ji, doing seva of the Sangat, they died from that. They took dukh on. They never cried about it. But they showed us by Mani Singh, who said, you know what, you can start chopping me here. By Taru Singh, who said, scalp me. These amazing Shaheeds, they set an example to us. Sikha, if the bad stuff happens to you, don't get scared. God is here to help you transcend that. See? Because the bad stuff can happen to a Gursikh as well. But the Gursikh has the strength to cope with it because Guruji's de mare rakhe eko up. He's protecting us, gives us the strength to rise above it. So this whole game becomes a different game. This whole game becomes a test to show the world how a Gursikh can transcend this Maya Jal and go to one. Seek only unity. Doesn't see the bad stuff, doesn't see the good stuff, transcends it. So we are here to set an example to the rest of the world. That man can do this as well. That's why at the beginning of Asa Diwar, it says ki Balihari Guri Apne Dyohari Sadawar Jin Manas Te Devte Kiye Katna Lagiwar. I'm a sacrifice to my Guru day in day out because my Guru made ordinary humans and turned them into gods, demigods. Look at the shaheeds, look at what the gurus did. They achieved what human beings won't even believe is possible. Who in this world stands up and says to the Jalad, "You don't chop me here, chop me there"? The Jalad himself, bichara. Look at his face. He's sad. I'm not killing this person's killing me. I'm killing my Atma by killing this person. So Maharaj is telling us to transcend this notion of good and bad, just depend upon Waheguru. And then lose our desires for this world and ask only for the Naam. See? That's the best thing. So Maharaj says in this, Antna sifti ke hai na antna karne, den na ant. Don't, Maharaj will keep on giving to us. There's no understanding of his actions, but Antna vekan sunna ant. Don't see Waheguruji everywhere. Don't see Waheguruji nowhere, see Waheguruji everywhere, and don't stop listening to Waheguru. Another way of understanding the same. Sunna ant. Don't stop listening. Don't close your eyes and think God is not speaking to me. God is speaking to me all the time. Could be on the radio show. Anything you listen to, Waheguru is there talking to you. And then, Antna jape kya man man. We'll never know why Waheguruji does certain things, but our job is to live happy in that hukum. If Guru Arjan Dev Ji can sit on Tati Tavi and say, Tera kiya meetha lage, har naam padarat nanak mange, that should be our mantra. Whenever something happens to us bad, we should say, Waheguruji, whatever you're giving me, I'm happy with. But, har naam padarat nanak mange. Nanak asks for that naam. Give me that naam. Everything else I don't care about. Then Guru Sahib goes on to say, Antna jape kita akar. That we'll never know how Waheguruji made the creation. Jape, same word, Antna jape kita akar. Akar means creation. So we'll never know. The same as Ik Oankar, we'll never know how many times or how the world was made. There's a limit to scientific research. Bhai Sahib was talking to me then, he said, look, even if you research everything in the world, you will never become the one person who knows everything. You can become a neuroscientist, you can become an astrophysicist, you can become a biologist. You will never understand how the world was made or how everything worked. But also, at the same time, you will never know how many times the world was made. We talked about this when we did the cosmology type. That Maharaj says in Sukhmani Sahib ki, Kai baar pasriyo pasar. Many times this world has been made. The world has come up and goes back down, goes up and goes back down. Then Maharaj says ki, Antna jape paravar. We will never know the two ends of Waheguru. You know we have like two ends, paravar, var, par. Maharaj says you never know the two ends of Waheguru. It's unlimited. Antna jape paravar. So this word jape is important for us to know. It means to know. It doesn't mean just ki jap, because jap sahib is also a word. People get confused about this. Antna jape paravar. The two ends. Then Maharaj says ki antakaran kete billahi. Now this billahi is an interesting word. It means to cry in pain. It means ki literally you're crying. An example of this is from Sukhmani Sahib. Maharaj says ki santaka dokhi eo billahi. Jo jal behun machli tarap hai. That even in India, if we cause pain to saints, then we will suffer just like the fish without water also suffers. Tarafti hai. So this billahi means actually to cry out in pain. That's what this word is coming from. That the fish is literally dying for water. Maharaj says antakaran kete billahi. Kete means so many people. For the sake of this antakaran, for the sake of finding out the ends of Waheguru, for the sake of knowing everything, the whole world is crying out in pain. The scientists, they want to know everything. They want to be the person that solves the world's riddle. Einstein's main goal in life was ultimately to have the theory of everything. The theory of everything is right here in front of us. Guru Granth Sahib Ji is giving us a theory of everything. But actually, people cry out for the ends of Waheguru. They want to know, they want to reach the ends. Maharaj says ki, taake ant na paye jaye. That Waheguru's, these creations, we will never know the ant of this creation. There's always going to be a limit to human knowledge. There's always going to be a limit. No one can find. Now, this billahi, it was an interesting, as I said, it's an interesting word. Something came into my head. The rest of the world is crying out to find the ends of the world. But the Gursikh, what's the Gursikh crying out for? Because if we're going to say the Gursikh is also going to cry, Fariji says in Bani, he goes, Birha birha akhiye, birha tu sultan, Frida jit tan birho na upje, so tan jaan masan. Fariji says that, listen, people say pain, 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 birha, birha. Maharaj says, birha, akhiye, birha, tu sultan, oh birha, oh pain, you are my king. I worship you. Why does Fariji say, I worship pain? Why would he want to be in pain? Maharaj says, ki, this ifrida jit tan birhona upje so tan jaan masan. In that body where there is not that pain, what's this pain for now? It's the same pain that the fish we talked about earlier. The fish is crying out for the water, the gursik is crying out for good. The gursik is saying, oh, I can't live without you. Just nothing else, I just want Waheguru. Give me you, Waheguru. The fish is crying out for water and the gursik is crying out for Waheguru. For that boon, this Amrit boon. So, actually, we should be crying out, but not to find out the ends of Waheguru, but to merge with Waheguru. To have that experience. Darshan. Darshan dekh ji maa gur tera. Puran karam hoye prabh mera. This karam, this fulfillment of my destiny, darshan, if I just saw my Guruji, that's the blessing I look for. And in the morning when the Maharaj comes down, they do that. When Maharaj comes down, they say, Darshan dekh ji maa gur tera. Guruji, if I see your darshan, that's when I live. Puran karam hoye prabh mera. I live for this. This is the aim of my life. So, just to have a little bit of Simran, we'll just go into a bit of Simran, and we'll pretend now, for a little while, we're that fish. And we're crying out. This time we're not crying out to find the ends of Waheguru, we're crying out to actually merge. Himara bin darshan do. Maharaj writes in Gurbani, Ab hum chali Thakur pe haat. Now I've gone to my Thakur, my king, and I've come exhausted. Ro ke, tired from the world, I've come to my Thakur, my king. Tan Guru Granth Sahib Ji Darbar vich assi baithe hege hain. This is our king. We've come to the Darbar. Everybody is matha taking right now. Think of it this way. Maharaj says ki Ab hum chali Thakur pe haat. I've come exhausted to my king. Jab hab saran Prabhu ki aaye. When I came to the saran of my Waheguru, then Rag Prabhu Pavimar. Maharaj, tusi mainu bacha lo, oh, kill me. Mainu nahi parwa. But I've come to your sharan. So this is the Guru Sikh. Guru Sikh says, forget everything else. I don't care, good or bad. I just want my Waheguru. I don't care about anything else. Parvar jai, what doesn't matter. Just give me God. And that's why Guruji's come, to give us that light to get to God. Guru's main maqsad, their main aim is to enlighten us. It's not to give us hassle, not to stress us out, not to give us a guilt trip. Maharaj has come to enlighten us. Kal Tarin Guru Nanak Aya. Guru Nanak Ji's come to swim us across. So when we talk about the base of Sikhi, when we explain Sikhi, the first thing we should be saying, Sikhi is a way for you to go back to where you came from. That's it. Sikhis come to take you back home. जित्थों आए हैं क्यों उत्थे वापस आ जाओ यही मतलब हैगा just go back where you come from. You come from Waheguru, so go back to Waheguru. Because why, if we don't go meet this beloved of ours, if we spend our life not meeting that beloved, we'll have wasted it. यही सच है, we'll have wasted it, this beautiful of a life, if beautiful jewel of a life we have, if we don't go back. Now Maharaj said afterwards, in this body, now that they've got to the point कि no one will know the end of Waheguru, ताकि अंत ना पाए जाए. Maharaj says कि after that कि एहो अंत ना जाने कोई. No one knows these ends, the Paravar ants. No one knows these ends of Waheguru. There's no limit to Waheguru. But Bhauta kahiye, Bhauta hui. Now Bhauta is obviously, we know in Punjabi is a lot. Bhauta kahiye, to speak. So even if you speak loads and loads, like I'm sitting here now speaking loads and loads, and that's probably my job description, just to speak loads and loads. But even if you're speaking loads and loads, Maharaj says ki Bhauta kahiye, Bhauta hui. Even then, there's still more to be said. Even more than you ever said, then more there will be ever more to say. So you could die just speaking about Waheguru. Ant na kehen na ant. There's no end to speaking of Waheguru. Bhauta kahiye, Bhauta hui. Then Maharaj goes on to describe Waheguru. They say, Vadda Sahib. Waheguru, that king, is our master. The main definition used here again and again in Gurbani is Sahib. The reason Sahib is used is, Sahib is our master. The best way to see yourselves, we talked about this when we did the body right at the beginning of Japji Sahib, when we talked about Ki Sacha Sahib Sach Nai. That Waheguru is our king. The best way to see that Waheguru is our Lord and Master. Vadda Sahib Ucha Thaun. So that Waheguru is great. He's great, he's great. And also, their Thaun is great. Thaun means place. Great is that place. What this word Thaun refers to is what you might call heaven, or what we say Sachkhand, or in Islam they say Baikunt. This is what we Bahisht, sorry, they say Bahisht, and they say Baikunt in India. This is heaven, what we're talking about now. Ucha Thaun. That this place we all search for, to have a place. We actually search to have a place in that place. So we want a little bit of place in that town. Vadda Sahib Ucha Thaun. That place that we search for is the highest of all. Sab to uchi jagah hai. But Maharaj says ki uche upar ucha naam. Now this is interesting because what Maharaj is saying here is that all the Wahegurus are Vadda Sahib. Their place is the highest place, but even bigger than that higher place, even bigger than Sachkhand, is that Naam of Waheguru. So here, I heard an analogy from the Gursikh, who I keep recommending, seek inspiration, just type it into YouTube. He said, look, imagine this, you want to get to the top of a house, or top of a roof. What do you need? A ladder. The ladder is going to have to be higher than that roof, to lean against it. So Naam is higher than Sachkhand, because a Naam gets us to Sachkhand, just like that ladder. So if this place Sachkhand is the biggest place of all, is the highest place of all, in fact it's outside of this multiverse, call it universe or multiverse, it's outside of it, it's even beyond creation itself, it's another realm, it's outside of this place, and even above there is that Naam. If you talk about Sachkhand, this Guru Bani tells us that in Sachkhand, we won't talk about too much, in Sachkhand they sing Kirtan as well. So dar tera kiha. How is that door of yours, Waheguru? What happens in that heavenly court? They sing Kirtan. So Guru Sahib has recreated Sachkhand here, you see. He's recreated, firstly, Sachkhand. Who is in Sachkhand? Nirankar, Waheguru. And here we have Vaho Vaho Bani Nirankar hai. So we're bowing down to Nirankar Bani. Then we're singing praises of that Waheguru. This is what they're doing in Sachkhand. And here, the Sadh Sangat, the people who actually achieve Sachkhand are sitting in the Sadh Sangat. The people that go to Sachkhand are those people that are praising that Waheguru. They sit in the Gurdwara and they sing praises of that Waheguru. This is the highest place on earth. So this is that, if you're going to look at heaven, this is heaven. From a human point of view, this is heaven right here. Here, we can walk inside as a unjan person, don't know anything about Waheguru. We can come in and suddenly, like for a good example, someone like me walked into Sikhi camp, didn't know nothing about Sikhi. A week later, Amritari. Yeah? Because they created heaven. The Sikhs of that camp, Sikhi camp, back when everybody was all friendly, united, they created heaven in that camp. And Kita Airis, the Kida, like myself, walked in, saw this heaven, and said, I want to copy these guys. Forget everybody else, I want to copy these guys, because I want to go to that heavenly place. So Guruji is recreating Sachkhand, and this week there was an amazing article I saw by a neuroscientist who had died, basically gone into a coma for 5 days, and he came out of it, and in that time that he was in heaven, he said he went to heaven. Amazing article. He says in heaven, in this, which was outside of this universe, he saw heavenly beings that were singing this amazing song, but they couldn't stop singing it because they were full of this joy of Waheguru. If they didn't sing, they would burst. That's what he said. They were so full of this joy. So, singing is the best thing. When we sing Kirtan later on, try think of it this way. Don't worry about what the person around you is doing. Forget them, sing. As much as your heart wants to sing, just sing. So Maharaj says, Uche upar ucha naam. This naam is bigger than that ucha. Now naam is an interesting word because before we do the Shabad we're going to do in a little while, let's talk about this naam. Because in Gurbani, it describes naam for us. And it says Amrit naam. This naam is the very form of Amrit. It's the very form of immortality. People don't understand Amrit too. The word Amrit comes from Mrit, which means death. And Amrit, which means to be immortal. So if we're going to go, at the end of this life, if we want to go to forever existence, that existence in which we are souls that live forever, i.e. heaven or whatever you want to call it, or we can come back into this June cycle. We come back as an ox, come back as a fox, come back as whatever. Or we could live forever as our soul. So this is what Guruji is offering to us. This naam is actually Amrit naam. It's going to give us this mukti. It's going to free us from this cycle. So in Gurbani it says that first Waheguruji made themselves. Apine aap sajiyo, apine rachiyo now. They made the name. So the name is as great as Waheguru. See? And then they made everything else, i.e. Sachkhand and everything else. Which is why the name is higher than Sachkhand. Because it was made before. And then Dui Kudrat Sajiye. Then they made the world. Kudrat. Kar ascended to a child. Then they came and sat inside it and enjoyed it. So if, you know, this naam is so great, that must mean that this naam, that Gurbani, that's why Gurbani is Nirankar. It's as great as Waheguru. This Gurbani is going to join us with that Waheguru, which is why it's so great. Sab te vadda. This, then we can think about, let's talk about Amrit. Because Guruji is giving us naam in the form of Amrit. A lot of people get confused about this. It says in Gurbani very clearly that Guruji is giving us this Amrit. When we go to Guruji and take Dikhi, when we give our head, and Guru Sahib gives us naam. This is the deal that was done, you know. You go to Guruji, you give your head. And people start thinking, well, naam is just because of what Guru Gobind Singh Ji made. Maharaj tells us that this Amrit is the naam. This Khasa Amrit, call it Amrit now. But some people say, oh, Shankar and Amrit. They say, oh, Guru Gobind Singh Ji made Amrit. Before that, there was no Amrit. This Amrit has always been there. Guru Nanak Dev Ji took Amrit from Waheguru. It says that Guru Nanak Ji was given Amrit from Sachkhand. Now, same Amrit Guruji then gave to Bhai Lehna. All the Gurus are Amritari. Every single one of the Gurus became a Sikh by taking Charan Amrit. Finally, Guru Gobind Singh said, from now on, it won't be Charan Amrit, it's be Khande Bhatita Amrit. But it'll still be Amrit, because you're giving your head to your Guru. So the question here is Amrit, as in the Khasa Amrit, should we care about the 5Ks? Should we just think we're getting Amrit? Because the problem is nowadays, we got confused that the 5Ks are important. Actually, the 5Ks, they're obviously very important, but Amrit is more important. The Panch Pyare did not go to take actually take Amrit. And they never went to put on 5Ks. If you go back to that day on 1699, Guru Gobind Singh Ji pulled out a kirpan, and then they said, give me a head. They never once said, who wants to come and take Amrit and put on their 5Ks? That wasn't the question that was asked, you see. The question was, who wants to die today? So Amrit is not about the 5Ks, that's just the icing on the cake. What's inside it is what Guruji is giving us, a chance to be liberated. To die in His name and relive in His name. Die in Guruji's name, give our head to our Guru, and then reborn into the Khalsa Panth, into their body. And then live as that Khalsa Roop, who is Guru's own form. The Khalsa is part of the Guru's forge now. The Khalsa is no longer part of society. Khalsa is actually no longer even part of the, let's call it the human race. The Khalsa is now part of Guru's own body. So it's a very high avastha that we're trying to reach to. And we shouldn't confuse Amrit with the 5Ks. It's much higher than that. And if we think about Gurbani, it says clearly in Gurbani that Amrit Bani Har Har Teri. So Bani is also Amrit. And it says in Asa Diwar ki Jin Gurbani Man Paya Amrit Chak Chake. So the person who falls in love with Gurbani is actually taking Amrit as well. Now what is Amrit made of? Is it made of 5Ks? No. It's made out of a Bhatta and a Khanda, but it's made out of 5 Baniya. That Bani makes the Amrit. And what's the Amritari's life made up of? Made up of Bani as well. Don't just sit there every morning and say, I've got my 5Ks on Amritari. No. The first thing in the morning you wake up, you've got to do Simran, and you've got to do the Panch Baniya, you've got to do your part. So the Bani is the key thing that's keeping it all together. When we think about Amrit, people are too confused about the 5Ks. Forget the 5Ks, think about giving your head to your Guru. And the only way left in Sikhi is through Khande Bhatita Amrit. So don't be scared of Khande Bhatita Amrit. Think about giving your head to your Guru. We're thinking of it the wrong way. It's the wrong question to ask. Am I ready to keep my 5Ks? It's the wrong question. The question is, am I ready to give my head to my Guru? Am I ready to be reborn into Guru's family? That's just a bit of a detour from this Amrit. Now, if we look at Amrit Bani, we're going to sing now. How important is Amrit Bani? Because the Bani is also now. And then we look at Guru Arjan Sahib Ji, they slept on the floor and they put Gurbani on the higher level. That's the level they treated Guru Granth Sahib Ji, Adi Granth Sahib Ji was kept on their own bed and they slept on the floor. And when we see Guru Granth Sahib Ji walking, we take our shoes off and we immediately fall at their feet. So Gurbani has been given this higher avastha. Even higher than that Sachkhand is how we treat Gurbani, the very form of God themselves. We give it that much respect. And if you want to look at Gurbani, we can say, okay, what's the point of Gurbani? At the end of Gurbani, Maharaj tells us, Guru Granth Sahib Ji, what is the point of this Bani? Maharaj says, Thal vich tin vastu payo. Sat, Santokh, Vicharo. Gurbani contains three things. Sat, Santokh and Vichar. Truth, ultimate truth, eternal truth. Contentment. Do we not want contentment? Everybody wants to be happy. No one wants to keep on crying and searching for things in life. And finally, we want that divine knowledge, Vichar. And finally, Maharaj says, what's holding it all together? What's the glue? Amrit Naam Thakur Ka Payo. Jiska Sabas Adharu. Gurbani is also the very form of Guru, is giving us that very Naam. That's why Amrit Naam and Amrit is made from Bani. So with that, we'll go into Gurbani now. Sing a Shabad from Rehra Sahib. Sun Vadda Aakhe Sab Koi. Kevat Vadda Dita Hoi. In this Shabad, Guru Sahib starts talking about, everybody is talking about how Vadda Waheguru is. Sun Vadda Aakhe Sab Koi. Everybody speaks that Waheguru Ji is great. Kevat Vadda Dita Hoi. The only person who can see Waheguru. When you see Waheguru through some experience, when we talk about spiritual experiences, we see that Waheguru is beyond. Greatness beyond. Vadde Mere Sahiba Gehar Gambira. Oh my Sahib, the same word. Oh my Sahib, my great Sahib, Gehar Gambira. You are too deep, you are unfathomable, I can never know your ends.
Vadde mere sahiba gahar gambira guni gahira koi na jaane tera keta kevat chira vadde mere sahiba gahar gambira guni gahira koi na jaane tera keta kevat chira vadde mere sahiba gahar gambira guni gahira tera jaane tera keta kevat chira बड़े मेरे सारे बाप गहर गंभीरा गुणी गहीरा कोई न जाने तेरा कितना केवल चीरा सब सत सब तप सब चंगियाइयां सब चंगियाइयां सब सत सब तप सब चंगियाइयां सिद्धा पुरखा कीया वड्याइयां सिद्धा पुरखा कीया वड्याइयां तुद बिन सिद्धि किने न पाइया तुद बिन सिद्धि किने न पाइया कर्म मिले नाही ठाक रहाइया कर्म मिले नाही ठाक रहाइया कर्म मिले नाही ठाक रहाइया बड़े मेरे सारे बाप गुणी गहीरा कोई न जाने तेरा कितना केवल चीरा बड़े मेरे सारे बाप गहर गंभीरा गुणी गहीरा कोई न जाने तेरा कितना केवल चीरा आखण वाला क्या बेचारा आखण वाला क्या बेचारा सिफती करे करे पंडारा सिफती करे तेरे पंडारा जिसको दे किसे क्या चारा जिसको दे किसे क्या चारा नानक सत सवारण हारा नानक सच सवारण हारा नानक सच सवारण हारा बड़े मेरे सारे बाप गहर गंभीरा गुणी गहीरा कोई न जाने तेरा कितना केवल चीरा
this body, Maharaj says ki Jisu deht se kiya chara nanak sach savaran hara. Who you give to, Vaheguruji, upon whom you have grace, what does that person have to ask from anybody else? So here we now come to the next bit, which is that what do we ask? We want Vaheguruji to give us kirpa. This kirpa is what we're searching for. And the word karam can mean that kirpa. So next Maharaj says in this, ki ev ucha hove koi tis uche ko jane soi. This means if someone could be that big, inna vadda, e vad ucha hove koi. If someone could be that high, then this uche ko jane soi. Then they could know that ucha Vaheguru. But Maharaj says this could happen, but why won't it happen? Because Jevad aap, jane aap aap. Only you know how great you are. No one can be as big as Vaheguru. So this is the greatest master of all, the king of everybody. This is the biggest. And we come to that person. And then how does Guru Nanak Dev Ji leave it? Nanak nadri karmi daat. Nanak, nadri, obviously Guru says Nanak is asking for. And daat means to give me gift. So give me this gift. What is the gift? The translation up there, I'm not sure. But it says nadri can have two meanings. One can mean that ki kirpa. That the one who can do kirpa, the one who is able to do nadar, that is nadri. Like we said, antana sifti. The one who is worthy of praise, there is no ending. The one who is able to do kirpa is that nadri. So Guru Nanak is saying ki Nanak nadri, or Vaheguru, you who are full of grace, you who can do grace, karmi daat. Now karam can mean two things. One, it can mean ki kirpa. The Persian meaning, Pastor was telling me when I came in, the Persian meaning is very much to do with kirpa. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji is saying ki, oh great Vaheguru, you who are full of grace, who can do kirpa, you please give me kirpa. Because in the next line, in the next body, Guru Sahib starts off with Bhauta karam likhya na jai. So this kirpa again gets referred to there. So it can mean that, oh please, after all of this we talked about, all I ask for is that kirpa, because jistu deht se kiya chara. If you give me this kirpa, then I will merge with you. I don't care to know how big you are. I just want to merge with you. And there's many lines. In the last week we did the Shabad which was about merging with Vaheguru, the rivers and the streams. Nadiyan ate va pave samud na janiye. Funny thing is, the Hukamnama that came after that katha last week was actually Nanak leen payo gobind syo jo pani sang pani. Ohi Hukamnama aaya sega. So Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji was here telling us ki this is what we should be trying to do. Every Hukamnama is Guruji speaking to us. The magic is happening all the time, but sometimes we're not even listening to the magic happening. So this magic is there. Maharaj is saying ki look, become one with Vaheguru. Like the river, like Pani and Pani become one. And in this one we're thinking the same thing. Another meaning of this same line, ki Nanak nadri karmi daat, give me this nadar, but it comes karam anusar, according to our actions. So our actions determine how much kirpa we get. And that's true as well. Everything is kirpa, but we have, in Sikhi, we have a concept of earning kirpa. It's not just by saying ki, I don't have to do anything. Yeah? We have to make Guru happy. Gur tutte paiye. If you make Guru happy, then we can get this kirpa. So Anand Sahib, I'm going to just talk for 2 more minutes, and then Panch is going to have a word. In Anand Sahib, Maharaj gives some descriptions about kirpa. And one Maharaj says at the end of Anand Sahib, the full Anand Sahib, Guru Sahib says, "E sarira meria, is jag mein aake kya tud karam kamaya." What karam have you earned? What good actions have you earned? Ke karam kamaya tu sarira jatu jag mein aya. Oh my body, when you came to, what have you earned? Ki fayda tera? What was the point of your life, effectively? Jin har tera rachya, so har manna vasaya. That Vaheguruji who made you, you didn't make that Vaheguru come and sit in your mind. You never said to Vaheguruji, I made my house ready for you, come and sit here. You never even once called Vaheguru to come and sit in your mind. We can do that. When we do Simran, when we finish off with Simran, try doing that. Say to Vaheguruji, my head is open, it's a mat. My head is a doormat. Please come and stand on my head. Itthe aake khade ho jao. Jin har tera nritya, so har manna vasaya, then gur par sadi har man vasya. Purab likhya paya. This is the full Purab means you've completed your destiny. The destiny of a human being is to find Waheguru. Purab likhya paya. This is what we're made for. So therefore, Guru Parasadi Harman Vasya. By the Guru's grace, Guru Nanak Dev Ji and all the Gurus have been given that power. Satgur which aap rakhiyo. Kar Pargat aak sunaya. Aak sunaya means to tell everybody. Now here, if you can't understand Punjabi, then the Guru's Sikhs are telling here that Maharaj is saying ki in Guru Ji is sitting Waheguru. Satgur which aap rakhiyo. And so we are here to tell you, the Guruji is sitting with Waheguru's own power. He can do this. Maharaj can do this to us if we give ourselves to Guru. And earlier on, Guru Sahib says, ki, hey, Guru Sikhs, what should you do with your life? Aavo Sikh Satguru ke pyareo, gavo sachi bani. Bani da gavo Guru keri. Bani ya sir bani. It's a bani upon bani. The highest bani of all bani. Bani ya sir bani. Jinko nadar karam hove. See the same word. Jinko nadar karam hove hirde tina samani. Those who are blessed with this kirpa, who have had some good actions they've done, they've come to Guruji, they've done what he said, then hirde tina samani. In their heart, then that Bani comes and settles. This is what we're here to do. Gurbani is going to give us everything, which is why exactly Amrit is made from Gurbani. The next line makes that very clear. Maharaj says ki hirde tina samani pivo Amrit sadar ho harram japyo sarang pani. Drink this Amrit and then always stay in love with Waheguru. Japyo pivo Amrit sadar raho harram. Stay always in love with Waheguru. Japyo sarang pani. I always get the last lines hard with this. The last line is always hard. It says in the last one, Pivo Amrit Sada Rao Harang Japyo Sarang Bani Keh Nanak Sada Gavo Ehe Sachi Bani. Sing this Bani. This is the same Bani which makes Amrit. This is the same Bani which is going to set us free from this life. That's why at the beginning of Anand Sahib, if you go backwards now, Maharaj says ki, if you want to find Waheguru, what should you do? Hukam Manyo Guru Kera Gavo Sachi Bani. How do I find this Waheguru? How do I find it? Maharaj asked that question. Kit dware paiye tan man tan sab somp Guru ko hukam maniye paiye. Give your mind, your body and everything you own to Guruji. Hukam maniye paiye. And what's that hukam? Hukam manyo Guru kera gavo sachi bani. Accept the hukam of Guruji, sing that bani. Now if we're not Amritari, never despair, start singing the bani. First off, do what Amritari is supposed to do. Get up in the morning and sing the bani. Fall in love with your Guru. And then you won't ask this question, the silly question, do I have to take Amrit? What a silly question. Do I have to take Amrit? Guru is offering you a lottery ticket. Do I have to take that lottery ticket? What a silly question. Come honestly. It's not about that should you take Amrit. It's not for my job to tell you, should you take Amrit or not. But we have to respect Amrit. To ask that question, do I have to take Amrit? It's to devalue that thing. It's a gift, the greatest gift ever that we could get. So when we say, am I ever going to be lucky enough to be blessed with Amrit? That's the question we should be asking. In this life or the next life, should we take this Amrit? So the point of a Guru Sikh is not to say, I am going to take Amrit. The point is, Maharaj, let me live until that day I can take Amrit. Ask for Amrit. Don't demand it. Don't say you're going to take Amrit. Amrit is never something we take. Amrit is always a gift. So the way that we think about this whole Khalsa, the way we think about Amrit and the 5 Ks, it's all been convoluted. It's all gone the wrong way. We're not thinking of it as a gift. We're not thinking of it as giving our head to our Guru, a love relationship. We started making it into a ritual. 5 Ks and Panjabani. No. Start singing Gurbani. Fall in love with Guru. When you fall in love with Guru, you realize that you want to do Tana Mana Tana Sab Somp Guru Ko Hukam Mani Pai. You'll want to give yourself to your Guru. And then you realize the only way left is through the Amrit. Piwa Pahal, Khandedar, Hoe, Janam, Sohela. Your life will be beautiful. This is what Guruji is telling you. Guru Sikhs, your life is going to be beautiful. You're going to be loving this life if you take this Amrit. Every day you're going to wake up and sing Guru Nanak Dev Ji's Bani. Then you're going to sing Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Bani. Then you're going to sing Guru Amar Das Ji's Bani. And the whole day you're going to sing Waheguru's name. Your life will be beautiful. It's not about the 5 Ks. The 5 Ks is the gift. It's a gift from our Guru. Sing the Bani. Start off by singing the Bani. Avo Sikh Satguru ke pyareo, gavo sachi Bani. Sing this Bani. Now Panji is going to say a few words that we're going to finish off. They've come from Costa Rica. As you can tell, they're into Sikhi. Maharaji, bahut beyond diyat hai ye. Sikhi is going everywhere. It's outside the Gurdwara now. It's not just sitting with the Punjabis. Yeah? It's going everywhere. You look at the YouTube channel, the comments that come up from people everywhere. Even people that are studying Sikh in university, they go on YouTube and type in, what is Sikhism? And they come across the videos in English, and they go, wow, Sikhi is amazing, because Sikhi is amazing, without doubt. Ben's going to say a few words, and we'll do a bit of Simran and finish off.
Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So my name is Amrit Pal, and I'm a little under the weather, so please excuse me a little bit, but I'm really inspired by many of the things that he said. One really cool thing that he talked about was 1699. And inside of my fate, my karmic pattern in 1699, my ancestors were enslaved in America, yeah? They were being sold and bought and auctioned off. And at the same time that was happening, a dharma was being created for me to live into 1,000 years before I even came to the planet. So this is a kirpa for me to be able to move through karma. Not just the karma that I create day to day with my choices, but my lineage as well. And it's such an inspiration to be sitting in front of the Sangat, seeing all of your faces, seeing your heart lit up for the Guru. Because it is Nirankar, it is formless, it is infinite, and it's timeless. And it's a beautiful gift to be able to acknowledge it for yourself. You know, just like our children, you know, we'll buy them gifts, toys they never play with, clothes they never wear. And then you say, oh, I'm not going to give you anything else until you realize what this is. And for me, when I see the Punjabi culture and I see the Sikhs, and then I see how they view us, who, you know, we didn't grow up Punjabi. I didn't grow up with Gurbani. When I came to this path, I was given Japji, which is what he's talking about, and I couldn't pronounce it. So I just read it every day in English so that my mind could first understand what it was. And then I was gifted again with the vibration of the Gurbani to see what it really felt like. And that's a distinction that has to be made. Because first we want everything to make sense to our mind, right? And we judge it and we criticize it. Oh, they say this, but they do that, you know? So we try to make it fit into our mind. But the real power unfolds when you can feel the vibration of the Bani, which is very beneficial for us because we don't speak Punjabi. So we're able to really feel, it's like, I don't know what it is about when we start chanting Waheguru, but something just comes to my attention. And that was a part of my dharmic gift that I received, having not been born in the Punjabi culture, not having to move through the different political or family things that has, and I can just hear the vibration of the Gurbani and see what it was there for me. So I read it in English, so it can make sense to my mind. So when people are asking me stuff, I can say, okay, this. But I knew that the real gift was in how it felt, how it took me into my heart. And then I was gifted with the Amrit, which was that just raised the game in a way that I just can't even explain. It gave me a container to live inside of. So it's like, okay, I really want to cross this ocean, but all I have are my arms. And then the gift of the Amrit and the 5Ks was like a boat. And then just more and more, all of these different things started to manifest inside of the 5Ks that allowed me to go across the ocean in more than just myself. Then I had a Sangha. Then I had a discipline, rising up in the Amrit Veda. And I'm so inspired by his words of talking about what it means to give your head. I took Amrit in 2008, and I just learned last year what I really did. I can tell you what I did, but I just learned right now what really happened in that room. Because what happened is after I gave Amrit, after I gave my head, have you ever heard of this thing called phantom limb? Where somebody will lose their arm or they lose their leg and it takes them a time to, they still feel like they have it. They still feel like they have an arm and they don't have an arm, but all the nerves are there. They feel like they're moving their fingers and nothing is there. That happens after you give your head the armor. You still think you have a head. You still think you have a say in what's happening and you can, no. And it's the bani, it's enchanting the bani that begins to dissipate. That it just begins to go away. But for a while you still think, wait a minute, I have a head. I can still kind of do what I want. Doesn't matter. But it's about giving the head, really surrendering everything that you are. So we are on this warrior saint path. Yeah? There was this big event that happened in the States not too long ago where this man just walked into the house of the Guru and started shooting people up. We are in a very sensitive time. Very sensitive time. And it takes this courage inside of us to be wholly, fully, and completely who we are to get through it. Just to keep our minds together. Wholly, fully, and completely. And it's the warrior piece that's going to allow for us to hold this vibration where that can never and will never happen again. That starts here. Are you with me? It's such a beautiful gift that we have. And to be a part of the Guru Sangit, I just really want you to know that serving the Guru, really going into the Guru Bani, is kirpa, it is blessing.
My name is Harsanger Kaur, and I just wanted to thank you for having us, and I'm very, very grateful for each and every one of you.
So Sangaji, it's amazing when somebody speaks and you think Gurbani is coming out of their mouth. Benji is saying that it's a boat that she sat inside. We started the katha, first thing we said is Har Har Naam, Bohit Hai Kaljug, Kevat Guru Shabataro. They don't even know what that meant. But they're saying it from their heart. From their heart they're speaking Gurbani, just because when you fall into Guruji, this Bani will come andro and baro, it's everywhere. Har Har Naam Bohit Hai, this name is the boat in Kaljug. Har Har Naam Bohit Hai Kaljug. Who is the person who rides that? Who is steering the boat? Kevat Guru Shabadataro. This Kevat is the Guru, and the Shabad is going to swim us across. Everything is in the Shabad, everything is in Naam. Maharaj is coming to give us the greatest gift we've ever seen in our life. So never have to ask, should I take Amrit? Just think, am I ever going to be blessed with that Amrit? And if anybody's taken Amrit, never criticize. Never criticize the person who's taken Amrit. To say, oh, well, there's no need for it. It's the worst thing you can imagine. We said about tarafrai, Sant ka do ki, yo birlai, jo jal behun, machli tarafrai. You will suffer, Maharaj says, if you cuss a saint who's following Sikhi. Maharaj says, my Sikh is my very form. If we cuss somebody who takes Amrit, who's following that Sikhi path, never do that, because in our families nowadays, we've got into this param of saying Sikhi is not, we shouldn't put our kids into Sikhi. If the kid wants to get into Sikhi, bless them. Push him forward, say, Karo. If you can't do it, at least if you do it, you take me along with you. Be selfish about it. Maharaj says you can take your seven generations up, 7 generations down, 7 sideways, you take them with you. So this is the greatness of that name. That's why we say, ki even above Sachkhand, Uche Upar, Ucha Now. It's the greatest gift Maharaj has come for us to give us. So with that, Pura Chuka Maaf Kari, I'm sure we made loads of mistakes. We'll carry on with the Katha next week. You are the Satsang, you can bless all of us to stay upon this path. Deho Sajan Asisariya, Jo Hove, Sahib Syo Mel. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.
Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru.